Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Just picking my cards out for the day. So, usual format today, I'm going to go deeper into the daily read. If you haven't seen the daily read already, if you're watching the replay, I'm going to pop a link to that up there. You can watch that, and then I'm going to pick some cards out and go deeper into that. So, give us more guidance about it. Come here. Okay, and then I'm going to give whoever's coming on readings. Just go on my live, make sure it's working okay. Here we go. It's so weird when I see myself. Right, who's joining me today? Let's see. So I picked out a card from Colette Baron Reid's deck to give us a bit more clarity on the day. Often gives us another perspective. Hey, Matt, how are you? Yeah, so the Colette Baron Reid decks, I love them. It's the Wisdom of the Oracle that I'm using of hers, the app, and it's kind of different than my guidance, than my kind of guidance. So it gives another point of view, and it's often like an aside, something else that's going on in the day. But the daily read today was all about spending time by ourselves to really get focused on ourselves. And yeah, I was talking about how in the last 20 years, more in fact, that me doing that has really made a massive difference. And as I said in the daily, I don't know anyone that does it to the extent that I do. And I certainly wouldn't be able to do what I do if I didn't take a lot of time for myself, for meditation, but not just that, to stay centered on my own energy. It's really important. And I'm learning that even more lately, is how important it is to mind your own business. And what I mean by that is focusing on your own life and doing things on your own life, because we can get so distracted by other people and by things that are going on in the world, things that are going on around us, things on TV, things on Facebook, things on, we get so distracted and it takes us away from our own business, whether you've got your own business or not, like a formal business. Your business is your life, yeah. And just taking that time to ourselves really helps get us on track with that. So the Colette Baron Reid card today is the Orphan card in reverse position. So the Orphan card, it's about feeling abandoned, but I don't know what it is in reverse, so let's have a look. Protection message. The shadow side of this card speaks to the essence of abandonment. Perhaps you feel a need to remain apart because intimacy is too threatening. It also warns against creating inappropriate family structures in order to conceal old wounds. It's time to address the unhealthy alliances you've formed and make a decision to heal the past. You will not be abandoned by the world if you claim yourself as whole. Not all relationships are dysfunctional, and not all of them will disappoint you. Don't abandon yourself. You can connect to others in a healthy way once you recognize your patterns and consciously choose to interrupt them. Life wants to love you. Let it. So there you go. Don't abandon yourself. And that's it. It's like along those same lines about taking time for ourselves today. It's about not abandoning ourselves, it's about minding our own business. And then from that point, then it's really functional to reach out to others, You have functional relationships then. But without doing that, when you do abandon yourself, when you kind of orphan yourself, getting involved in other people's business, getting involved in what's going on in the world, things like politics, things we don't have any control over that. And so you're just putting yourself in a stress state when you do that. That's when we get distracted from our own business. That's when we're in like these dysfunctional relationships, when we're just concerned with things that aren't ours to be concerned with. So really interesting message. Hi. Really interesting message today. Hey, Matt, I saw one of your posts on Facebook this morning. I didn't comment on it because I didn't have time, but I read it, about the money thing. Very interesting. It's something that healers go through, artists too. In fact, anyone that's doing their own creative work, everyone goes through that, unless somehow they've been taught, and it's that undervaluing ourselves, something that I just won't do, and I know a lot of readers do that. Like what I'm charging is bare minimum for, because of course when you're in business, as your post said, Matt, when you're in business, there's a whole lot more about it. It's not just being paid by the hour. There's a whole lot more to it. Like for instance, me, I'm doing many days of free work, and so the paid stuff needs to pay for that too. Yeah, so interesting post. And great that you're addressing that, really. Okay, let's go deeper into the daily. Quiet day today. Yeah, several persistent issues started coming up for me today. It's good, isn't it? And I hope that, Matt, is coming because you're focused on yourself, what the energies are about today or around this time. Really getting focused on ourselves and our own business. And that's when that great stuff happens. That's what I was saying. It's like, I wouldn't be able to do what I do, and I wouldn't be able to live the life that I live if I wasn't focused on myself, if I didn't spend all that time alone, focusing on myself, because the stuff just doesn't come up. It needs space to come up, that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's not something I thought about before. So interesting, eh? Money blocks. They're huge. Like, oh my God, they're so huge. As you probably have heard me say before, but it was when I wrote my first book in 2011. That's when I got hit with this concept of money blocks. When my guide said, not a chance you can reach millions of people and help them with this book because you won't accept the money back for it. And I actually went into a program at that time. A friend of mine, Denise Duffield Thomas, she got Money Bootcamp. She's really big now. But yeah, she was kind of starting off her Money Bootcamp at the time, all about this subject. And yeah, I've been in that for years now. But yeah, that was just perfect timing for me because that's when I needed to address it. And so, the teacher shows up when you need them. I sure needed it. I had no idea I had so many money blocks because I didn't have so many money blocks when I was in my 20s, like not at all. I could make money so easy, but it's a very different thing when it's your own. Making money in a job, you can have money blocks and do that. Making money in your own business or from your own creations, from your own creativity, whole different ball game, really. Matt, yeah, my life has been leading me to having a lot of personal time in meditation and reflection. Hearing from you and other people in similar industries really gives me confidence. And you know what? It's the best. It's the best personal growth, personal development thing you can ever do, going into business by yourself. I mean, you don't even need to do it. As I said, your business is your life, It doesn't need to be a conventional business like Be Healing for me. When you make your life your business and start taking that time for yourself, it's amazing the stuff that comes up. That's when our higher selves lead us forward. So the energies of today, write and listen. This is the meditation thing, listening to what's coming up. Like you're saying, Matt, you're listening, and it's a great thing. And write it down as well. Sometimes when we don't write stuff down, when we have clarity and then we don't write it down, that's when we can go round and round, same kind of lessons. It seems like the same kind of lessons, but it's like not writing it down means that you don't work through it completely, if you know what I mean. When something comes up and you're like, oh yeah, I've got an awareness about that now. And then a week later it comes up again. And it's like, oh yeah, that thing again, it's crept up on me again. It's when you write things down, journaling, writing down what's coming up for you each day, maybe at the end of the day. Journaling your thoughts and your feelings, it provides clarity. And if you do it before you go to bed as well, then you can start sorting through stuff in your dreams, which they've proven now is like a way to release things. When we go through things in our dream state, and our dream state, our subconscious mind starts processing stuff. When we deal with stuff in our dream state, we don't go through it in that same psychological way. Say if you were with a therapist talking about traumatic experiences in the past, you're actually reliving that. The neurons that are firing, it's like it's happening in the moment. You're re-stressing yourself out, you're re-traumatizing yourself. But when it happens in the dream state, that same brain stuff doesn't go on. It actually processes the stuff without you having to re-traumatize yourself. Hey, Antoinette, how are you? Yeah, I've taken up journaling the past couple of months. Awesome. Well, today's the day to do that, or tomorrow for you. Yeah, so I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of clarity coming to everyone today. Also, create and find a new approach. Creative. We had that creative energies yesterday. Find a new approach. Wow, it could be anything this. So your creative endeavors, what you want to do, maybe that's some of the guidance that's going to come through today from this clarity, is finding a new approach to creativity, what it is that you're trying to create in your life. Interesting. Well, the cards are blue and yellow today. Oh, nice. Also, yesterday, what was it? Yeah, you know how the jealousy card has come up over and over again in my readings lately. I got a bit of clarity about that I haven't been putting into my readings yesterday, last night, or maybe it was this morning, I can't remember. But it was about gratitude. That's what's reminded me of it. And so I've been saying that jealousy comes up when you think that you can't have what it is that you're seeing someone else has, or you can't be what you're seeing someone else is being. And so jealousy comes up. And an antidote to that is gratitude. Yeah, I don't know. It seemed to make complete sense to me. Maybe it was last night that came up for me. But yeah, having gratitude for it existing in the world allows you to embrace that. So I'm really feeling like this is connected to that jealousy thing that's come up. As I said, jealousy flies under the radar because we don't want to feel it. It's like anger. We tend to push it down. We don't want to feel it. But this is saying there's like a key there. There's a key. Something could be holding us back, something, and it's that we're jealous of. And instead of feeling that jealousy, getting the guidance from it that we're not believing we can have it too, then turning that into gratitude that it exists, gratitude that someone else has allowed it into their lives, of course. That allows us to go for it. It allows us to start allowing it in our lives too. Especially what we were talking about before, Matt, that whole artists, not charging, not even charging for their time, never mind anything else, never mind their talents and their own worth and things like that. You wonder about that card. Gratitude for the reminders for success, on the path to success in our own way as well. The success thing has come up over and over again for 2020, and it's all unique to ourselves. So what I mean by that is success, it doesn't mean the same thing to everyone. And in fact, the people that we tend to focus on as having outward success aren't necessarily successful in their lives. You know how I was saying that your life is your own business and about minding your own business. a successful life, when we're really feeling successful, it's not that outward signs of success. That can be involved in it, and that is often a part of it too. But it's more about having peace within ourselves and being creative and feeling fulfilled and feeling free and all of that stuff. That's a successful life. Here we've got abundance and move away. So this path that we're all on now, I'm really feeling like this is a message that the abundance will shows up to move you on to the next step. Rather than thinking the abundance is like a goal, like a reward or something like that. It's like abundance is just what you need in the moment for your next step, to make your next move. And so if you have the abundance for your next move, then use that abundance for your next move. Yeah. Important message for some people listening to this, for sure. So very much a day of like getting ready to move forward, an internal day of getting ready to move forward, which is what this week has been about with the readings as well. A lot of inner work this week. That's so interesting. And that's been true for me. That has been true for me so many times. And sometimes it unlocks your abundance too. You know, like if you've got to move somewhere and you've got the money to get the ticket, say, but you're not getting the ticket because you're feeling like if you get the ticket, then there'll be nothing left and you need to hold on to that money because you're fearful that abundance isn't true. If you actually step out, you go for it. If you're grateful that the money is there and you go for it and you get that ticket, then abundance starts showing up. Then, you know, for the next step after that, it's like the universe sometimes waits for us to actually use the abundance that it's already given us for that step, because that's what it's for. Yeah, I've been feeling that the abundance is needed for the next stage of movement. I'm really excited for it. Cool. Very good. Right, who wants a reading? I picked my cards out and haven't even looked at them yet. I'll show you my cards while I'm waiting for you guys to say you want a reading. Who's there? Who's watching? Just pop a message up saying who you are, where you're watching from. My cards for today, I've got write and knowing. So it's this journaling thing, writing down what I know. Yeah, the daily reads this week have really been talking to me. I know, mate, you've been commenting on them, but they've been really, really good for me. Hey, Dwayne, how are you? And these are my cards for today as well, growth and gentle arcanas. It's like growing pains. Being okay about it. Okay, Matt's up first. I feel like the last one I got really helped point my current stage. And I just finished them a day or two ago. Moving forward fast. Oh, Matt. Time alone and travel. Traveling alone. Let me pick another couple of cards out for that. You thinking of traveling, Matt? Funny, I was picking up about that move away and the abundance thing. It's to get going with what you've got at the moment. Right. So, yeah, time alone travel. This is about single travel, which is an amazing way to travel. I love it. Some people, it makes them really uncomfortable and they want a travel buddy. I'm kind of the opposite. I like traveling by myself because then you meet all kinds of interesting people. Then it doesn't happen when you're by yourself. It's like the universe can match you up with all kinds of people and put magic in your path when you're alone. But when you're traveling with someone else, there tends to be another agenda going on. You know, you make plans, it's like you might as well have stayed at home with them. So there's magic found with traveling alone. Empower yourself and surrender, Matt. And yeah, so I'm feeling like you are empowering yourself. Your higher self is leading you to be more powerful in your own life, to create your own life, to have those thoughts. Like, I'd love to travel, but don't have the money for the ticket. That's not creating a good life for yourself, saying that. You want to start declaring what it is that you do want, and letting go of that old mindset. It's kind of, you don't need to keep yourself trapped in that jail by repeating the same thoughts over and over again. So yeah, you're very much on a opening up to abundance journey first before you can do this travel. And it's about empowering yourself, but also letting go. It's like letting the universe take over, playing your part, which is the creative role, which is, your thoughts and your emotions. Remember, they're your creative superpowers, your thoughts and your emotions. And so, yeah, just notice, maybe that's what you need to write down, is that stuff that keeps on coming out like that. You don't have the money for the ticket. That kind of stuff is what keeps you in that lack vibration. And I'm not saying start bullshit yourself, affirm that you have got the money. It doesn't fool the universe, and it doesn't fool yourself either when you do that. But you can say, I'm going to get this money now. I'm going to get this money to travel now. Universe, show me the way to get this money now. That's an empowered way of being. And then, you've set your intention on a target of what you want. And then you're available to actually do whatever shows up. And you must have been doing that already, because Matt, even to get that guidance about, charging, knowing your true value that you posted today on Facebook, even to get that guidance through means that you have already done that and you're being led to release your money blocks. Cool. Dwayne's up next. What does your higher self have to say today? Wow, how many time alone cards are in this deck? You got the time alone. To wait. To wait for what? Let's see. Oh, okay. Right. Willingness to rest. So what I'm picking up from this, Dwayne, is that you're kind of being pushed to take this time alone at the moment, as we all are, to get focused on our own business and our own lives. And for you, what you're waiting for now is this willingness to rest. It's like, yeah, you can carry on doing what you were doing. You can carry on working toward things. You can keep on that same path, but you're going to keep on getting what you got. And there's something bigger out there for you. That was in the daily read today. You're meant for bigger things. You're meant for bigger things. And those bigger things can only show up when you're willing to rest, when you're willing to stop the old stuff. And so, yeah, if you find that you've been hitting brick walls or, just hurdles, things not working so well, things not flowing so well, that's because your higher self is trying to get you to stop for a while and be willing to rest. As I've said again and again, the universe won't put too much on our plate. If we're not looking after ourselves, it can't expand things. In other words, my business model at the moment will only get me so far, because there's only so much time that I can do, that I can work in this way that I'm currently working now, which is okay for now, which is good for now. But when I get to the point where I want to expand it even more, it's going to require me to take a step back from me doing it in this way, so that I can have the guidance, I don't know, maybe like I did years ago, to do the membership system or whatever, to be able to serve more people. It's that kind of thing. It's like you've got to be willing to rest, because the universe can't put more on your plate. Like, the universe can't give me millions of subscribers now, because I just have way too much work, And And so sometimes, the expansion that you want comes from this willingness to rest, and then that gives you this new approach to creation that we've got in the daily. Interesting. Anyone else want a reading? Antoinette, are you still there? Yeah, for anyone that's new, just I connect in with your higher self to pass on messages, and so just pop up a message saying you want a reading. Hey Carla, how are you? If you just pop a message saying that you want a reading, you can ask it to be about something if you want as well. But your higher selves today seem to be wanting to explain why you're being pushed into time alone. Pretty cool. Yep, Carla. Carla's up next. Okay, so I was talking about this before. Jealousy card has come out, and it's come out so much lately. Jealousy is when you see someone with something, or someone being something, or someone having something that you want, but you believe that you can't have it. So if you saw somebody with something and you believe that you could have it, then that jealous feeling wouldn't come up. And so it's really important to recognize and notice the jealous feeling, not push it down, because it's really good guidance about your beliefs. Carla says, I wanted to ask if I should keep pursuing nursing or go into teaching instead. I'm
listening.
I didn't say. Hey Siri. Pursuing nursing or going into teaching instead. I've always wanted to be in the medical field, but I failed a class, so now I'm unsure. Oh, okay. Right. So these cards then, really notice then, Carla, where your jealousy is, because it's showing you the way forward. It's like, it is your path. Whoever you're most jealous of, what they've got, what they're doing, who they're being, that is your path. And so this is saying you've got to start believing. You've got to start believing that you can have it too. So let's see. Yeah, it's your beliefs about it. So yeah, you've got to go with what you really want. So if you want to be a nurse, if you want to pursue that, you've got to go with that. And this is saying you've got to face the situation that what the jealousy is showing you means that is the direction to head in, but that your thoughts, your beliefs about it, that you can't have it, or that it's going to be hard, or that, whatever is stopping it. And you've got to face those beliefs now, because those beliefs, the universe can't get around that. It can't get around our beliefs. If we want something, but we're telling ourselves in our heads that we can't have it, the universe has got to comply with that. It's got to comply with us not having it. Really competitive. Oh. Jealousy, it flies under the radar, though. It's one of those feelings that we push down so fast. I was really surprised. It was I don't know, it was probably a few months ago when the jealousy card started coming out in my readings. And that day I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I'm not jealous of anyone. And then it was like 10 minutes later after I'd done that reading that I got an email, and I was jealous, and I almost pushed it down. Like in a split second, I almost pushed it down. But because I'd just done the reading and that jealousy stuff had come out, I was like, there it is, jealousy. I didn't think I had it, but there it was. And so, yeah, I really start noticing it, because it's a normal thing. And sometimes that competitiveness, it's like trying to override the beliefs that we can't have something. Sometimes we try and override with our own will and our own strength. And we're really believing that we can't have it. So just notice what comes up there. Antoinette's up next. But yeah, definitely nursing. If that's what you're interested in, go for it. I love my accent. I've got a hybrid accent because I was born in the UK, So it's like partly northern, there's different accents in every town in the UK, but it's partly a Blackpool accent. And then I moved to Australia 20 years ago. And so after being there for about 2 or 3 years, my accent changed to a little bit Australian. And now it's a hybrid. And interestingly enough, my eldest son lives in Australia now, grew up in the UK. He moved there. Well, he was with me part of the time doing his schooling there too. But his accent is exactly the same as mine. We've got we've got this mixture accent, both of us. Antoinette. Oh, expansion and completion. Let me get a couple more cards out. Calming accent. A lot of people say that. I might be getting into voiceover work. I don't know. I might be, because a lot of people say that. Of course, I've done they're not available anymore, but I've done the guided meditations years ago. I used to make a lot of those. Oh no, one's available. 21 Wishes in 21 Days, that's available. So you can hear my voice in those. So Antoinette, you've got expansion and completion, innocent and be firmer. Right. I'm feeling with this, Antoinette, it's like something that you're working toward has kind of gone as far as it can go. And you need to get on a new track now, rather than trying to get more out of it. I have an ASMR voice. Yeah. Maybe I should start doing YouTube videos like that. Interesting. Yeah. So what you've been trying to get something out of is like, I don't know how to explain this. It would be like, me making a guided meditation series, selling it, and then making videos about it to sell it and doing all of that. And then sales starting to dwindle, but me still persisting to try and market it. It's like you've got to realize when that expansion is finished and not try and get more out of it, but be creative in another way, kind of let go. You feel a lot of people around you are blocking things for you. Well, yeah, sure. That's a sure sign then, as I've said with other people. That's a sure sign that we're being pushed into focusing on ourselves, taking time alone and getting focused on our own business. It makes so much difference, It really does. It's something that I've really been, especially with my business, but also with my life, is just getting rid of all the noise, other people's opinions or the world, and really getting focused on my business. Even not being focused on my customers so much, but being focused on my life and how I want to be creative, the way I want to go forward. So yeah, Antoinette, people are blocking you. It's because you've got this new direction to go in. I wouldn't go as far as saying you're flogging a dead horse at the moment, but it's something like that. There's a new path. Things aren't working because there's a new path opening up to you. What time is it where you are? It is 8:33 a.m. So I always do this at the same time each day. You wish you'd done that years ago. And I thought I was doing that before, but now it's a whole new level, of course. That's what happens, isn't it? We learn about something, we do it, and then we get taken to that next level. 8:33 p.m. Still Friday. Yeah, Saturday here. I've got a big day, videos to make today. And probably tomorrow too. Hey, Saska. How are you? Would you like a reading, Saska? Thanks for all your likes on this video, by the way. Very much appreciated. As are your comments on my videos and stuff. And sharing it too. If you know anyone that would enjoy my readings, then let them know. So I can grow my channel, reach more people. Saska! Maybe the deck's run out of the time alone card, but you've got the Be Still, Keep Quiet card instead and move away. Let me get another couple of cards first. Right. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good today. Thank you. Right. So you've got be still, keep quiet, move away. So you've got changes going on too, for sure. And it's decision-making time for you, Saska. That's got to be done from this innocent place. It's like, yeah, this came up in the daily read too, is when we're being shown a new path, we just need to make a decision and go down that new path. We don't need to look back and think that we've gone wrong, or that we should have done this before, or this path maybe was open to us before and we didn't take it and feel bad about ourselves. Don't start beating yourself up, Saska. When you're offered a new path, don't start beating yourself up about that. Just make the decision. Know that you're innocent. Often if you think a path has opened up to you before, it didn't necessarily open up to you before, but it might have been a carrot dangled in front of you for you to get in alignment with that. So, for example, in a few weeks, I'm going to go and start this relationship off, which hadn't started off a year and a half ago. And I could beat myself up about that, or just recognize that the time wasn't right, but we did need to kind of meet a year and a half ago for me to get aligned with that, and for him to get aligned with that too. So it's not that I missed the path back then. It's just the path started back then. It was just a carrot for both of us dangled in front of us so that we knew each other existed, because it's changed both of our lives. It's that kind of thing. I feel like a path was shown to you before, but it was just to get you thinking about it. Carla, I'm going to go work out before I go to bed later. Wow, you can work out before bed. I work out about 4 till 5:30 in the evening. Any later than that, and I'd be too wired to sleep. So good luck with that. You're welcome anyway for the reading. Thanks for coming along. Does that make sense, Saska? Don't feel bad about a carrot that was dangled in front of you now. Just make that decision to go down that path now, because I'm feeling like it's opening up for you now. And again, do it from a place of quietness, time alone, focusing, minding your own business, focusing on your own life and what you want from it. There you go. Anyone else there? Wanting a reading? Or am I done? I think I'm done. Thank you everyone for coming along, supporting my channel. And I'm going to be making videos today, but it's the usuals. It's the week ahead readings and the daily reads and all of that. I get it, Claire. Thank you. Sometimes we're not ready and need time to digest everything. I'm obviously ready now for new starts and adventures. Yay. Yeah, me too. Yeah. And that getting ready process is really important. We can't rush that either. And the universe doesn't want us to rush anything. It's not a race. Not a race. You're welcome, Matt. You're welcome, Dwayne. Good to see you all on here. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.